I don't want to show you this.
And as you know, it's station policy not to date co-workers.
It gets worse.
So I didn't hire her.
From 2005, Law by Fire, Part 1. We open on a man named Shane Milton. Don't worry, this name will come up later. Slowly entering his home and grabbing a bottle of water from his fridge. For some reason, he begins cautiously opening his pantry. The following 2-minute opening credit sequence is scored with Metallica's 1997 sleeper, The Unforgiven 2. But we're going to jump ahead. Detective Jack McGovney stumbles into the police station and sits across from Officer Ken Barry.
Got a hangover, Jack?
Tequila and vodka do not mix well at all.
Ken asks his extremely hungover boss if he's heard anything about the bomb that went off this morning over on
92nd Avenue.
I haven't heard anything straight for the past day and a half.
This seems like this should be a bigger deal.
92nd, you said?
As the hungover detective stands up.
I'll be back later. Sorry, Jack. Jack, you gotta quit your drinking.
But their boss yells back at them.
You don't know me. Don't talk about my habits.
Jack then arrives at the bomb crime scene where he meets with the other detective, Sid Bartlett.
Jack.
How you doing, man?
Not so good. You're gonna take another case from me, aren't you?
Sid informs Jack that
Some guy just blew up. I think it was like a trap or something. I don't know.
they really should be taking this more seriously.
When do I get to go in and check it out?
My guys aren't done yet, so you're just gonna have to move along.
Oh, wait.
There's some back and forth about the victim that you're just going to have to take my word for, as the landscaping crew is working right next door to the crime scene.
How long are your guys gonna be in there?
Face it, Jack. This is our case. Everything's blown up in there. You can't find anything. Everything's up, okay? So leave it to us and get the hell out of here.
Drop a report at the station for me. I'll pick it up later.
The next day, an unnamed man heads off around his house to grab some firewood. Next thing we know, Jack appears around the corner of the house with his gun drawn. It's like he was down the street when the first shot rang out. Jack approaches the victim's body. Also, did you see that figure in the background that I completely forgot about until I rewatched this?
So, Tom, come on. Break.
Back at the police station, Sid sits down at the table with Ken and another officer, Tom, for some general office chatter.
Work was a bitch.
They all chat about the current murder cases that are plaguing the department.
So did you guys hear about the murders, right? You guys are on the cases? Yeah.
Jack approaches the table and asks the three men,
I got one question for you guys. How do you know they're murders?
Well, what do you think, Jack? You think they're
I'm just saying. I've been here a long time.
Jack, in all his years of experience,
Don't count anything out just yet. There's a lot of case still left.
Ken attempts to stop Jack on his way out.
Wait, Jack, hold on. 25 years at this, I have not yet seen anything that amazes me.
Apparently, the station is at the end of the runway of a regional airport because that plane sounds like it's about 100 feet above their head. Later on, Jack and Ken begin to comb through the evidence at Jack's place.
You find anything yet, Jack? Huh?
Jack seems distracted by something.
Did you find anything?
No, not yet. I'll keep looking though.
Unable to stand the silence, Ken attempts to make small talk with his boss.
So, how's your love life, Jack? I've learned not to get close to people over the years, Ken.
Okay, I took the music out of the scene because obviously I can't play it. But for this moment, let me showcase what improper music editing sounds like.
I'm gonna go get something to drink. You want anything?
I'll take some bottled water if you have.
I got Jack Daniels and vodka. Bottled water? No. If you don't mind faucet water, I'll get it for you.
Jack leaves Ken to get his faucet water. Also, who calls it faucet water? Whoa, where's Woodstock? 'Cause I think we just found Snoopy. The next shot is impossible to see, so you're gonna have to take my word for it again. Ken opens up a minimized window and discovers a love letter from a woman. Ken hears Jack coming back and re-minimizes the window.
I didn't have any clean glasses, so I didn't get you anything.
There's a lot to unpack there. From neon light guitar wall clock to the fact that Jack doesn't clean his glassware, and that Ken should be realizing that his boss is an asshole.
That's good.
Ken, it's not okay.
We gotta look at the Redwood scene again.
Back at the station, Ken suggests to Sid that they should re-look at the Redwood crime scene.
You think?
Which, without the names in the end credits, I would have no idea who that was.
Better go start. Go look over there. And go look over here.
The two are inspecting the Redwood crime scene again when suddenly, Sid finds something that, for some reason, no one else found.
Ken! Ken, come here!
Trip right here. Run down this way hella fast.
They found footprints.
Careful not to make more. Don't want to mess up the scene.
Don't worry, guys. We've already missed these incredibly visible footprints. I don't think anyone has to worry about doing a good job now.
Jack! Sid! Man, I wanted to see!
Hey, do you hear that background noise?
Hey, me and Ken were at the Redwood crime scene, and, we found some footprints.
Are they in a mess hall?
It was no gardener. It was some really good footprints.
What are really good footprints?
Okay. Where were they located? Yep. His body was found here. Where were they located?
Heading towards them. Chasing him down. And it was like quick steps, and it looked like he tripped.
So it looks like he was running away from something.
How did we get there?
Somebody likes to get a good first-eye view of their kills. Well, we know it's murders now.
After coming to some asinine conclusion, Jack heads off.
See you, Jack.
Later that evening, who after referring to the end credits is named Stephen Keen,
That's good right there.
is enjoying a nightcap. Stephen begins hearing noises from inside the house.
Somebody's fallen over. I'll look and then go to bed.
Mr. Keen heads off into the garage. Eventually, he's alerted by something because he grabs a crowbar and goes after whatever he's been hearing. Apparently the threat has grown because he dropped items the crowbar to make room for a pistol. Jumping ahead.
Dude, wake up. Someone just got up. I mean, literally, they got their beaten out of them.
For any detectives in the audience, let me know down below if this is how you would alert other officers.
Let's get there.
Where's the body at?
Jack meets with Sid at the crime scene of the man who got up. Literally, got the beat out of him.
There's no body left. The guy beat him literally to pulp. Bones, guts, organs, whatever you want to go.
That's the murder weapon?
Well, I don't think so. Our forensic man didn't find any blood on it.
This department's like the island of misfit toys.
What'd you find there?
Jack picks something up that apparently no one else has noticed, just laying out in the open.
Standard 14-inch high lockpick. Nothing out of the ordinary.
It's normal.
Well, if that wasn't so hard to find, then there has to be another clue.
Wasn't hard to find.
What about the house? Did you guys miss anything?
Well, Jack, everything was destroyed there.
Back at the station,
Ken,
Jack meets with Ken, who's polishing his gun in the break room.
I need you guys to go back and search the Redwood scene for me again.
Jack, we went there. There's nothing left. All we got was the results back from the shoe prints. They're a man-sized shoes, so we know that our suspect is a man.
I know what you're thinking, and spoiler alert,
Well, that narrows it down a whole bunch.
they are ultimately going to solve this.
And I'm still standing here.
Jack arrives back at his house and heads to, obviously, get a drink.
Slam down the telephone.
Two things. The song is by one of my all-time favorite bands, Silvertide. They only released one full album, but please, check it out. It's an incredible album.
As you scream, the topic's closed.
Oh, and two, for being an alcoholic, Jack still cares enough to put his whiskey in a decanter. Not sure why. Back at the station, Ken and Sid ponder if they've missed anything at any of the crime scenes.
There's gotta be something we're overlooking.
I know, but what?
In another part of the city, a man walks up to his mailbox. If you can't tell, I was really proud of that effect.
We get all the info we need.
Yeah.
We need to get solved that case.
Yeah. These are just, I mean, no idea how in the world these can happen without any evidence being there.
No. I mean, you would think there'd be a lot of evidence for a guy beating the out of someone. Beating. I mean, they couldn't even find his arm. Look, that means the guy must have taken it or something as a souvenir.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna go look for some folders. Right back.
Alright.
Sid turns and heads off, leaving Ken alone. When suddenly, Sid rushes back.
It's gone down. We have to go. Now.
Later that day,
Jack? Yeah. Oh, what's up?
How'd you know where I lived?
what Jack should be more alarmed with is why Sid thought it was acceptable to enter Jack's house and wander upstairs to his bedroom.
Oh, this is the address to Otto's house.
But I digress.
Just keep looking through that mailbox, okay? I want everything figured out about that, okay? Oh.
Okay, I need to set this next scene up. Otherwise, you'll be just as confused as I was when I rewatched this.
Otto Palmer. Yeah? May I have a word with you?
Sure. Come on.
Jack McGovney, investigator.
Otto Palmer.
The paper that Sid gave to Jack had this man's name and address on it.
Well, Mr. Palmer, I found a piece of paper with your handwriting on it. It had your phone number and your address on it. Would you care to add on to this?
Jack then questions the man on why his name and address were on that paper.
Alright. I've been addicted to drugs for many years now, so just go ahead, take me away.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone give up so easily.
I don't care about that right now. I just want to know who you gave that piece of paper to.
There's a man in a long green coat. He said he was going to give me everything I wanted.
Can you tell me his name?
Dimitri, and he told me to meet him tomorrow.
The man tells Jack all about a man in a long green coat named Dimitri. Otto intends to meet with Dimitri tomorrow.
Okay then, tomorrow, I'll meet you there. Then right when he's about to make the trade, I'll sweep in and arrest his ass.
And Jack plans on a sting operation to catch Dimitri.
And we're gonna get you off that stuff, man.
Somehow, I don't think it's going to be that easy for that man to kick his addiction, Jack.
So, Jack, you quit smoking yet?
Back at the station,
No, Ken. Nor haven't. It's a dirty habit. It won't just kill you. It'll ruin your life.
Ken, who is just about as good with small talk as I am, questions Jack about his smoking habit.
That ain't what really ruined my life, man.
What did?
Sid eventually shows up and joins in on the bullying to get Jack to share.
He didn't solve his case, that's what screwed his life. No, that ain't it. I'm waiting. I was married.
I don't want to show you this, but you need to see it because otherwise, Jack's character arc won't make any sense.
I've never seen her.
I said I was married.
I'm going to share this scene in its entirety. All I did was remove the distraction of the copywritten music. Don't click away. You're here. We're going to watch this.
About 8 years ago, I met a girl named Nikki Lamont. She'd come into the station looking for a job. And as you know, it's station policy not to date co-workers.
It gets worse.
So I didn't hire her.
You're not going to believe this, but it gets worse.
After she had left, I had chased after her and asked her out. And she said yes.
They're made for each other.
We were perfect together.
Okay, no more interruptions.
Well, it took me a whole year to build up enough confidence and courage to propose to her. I mean, let's be honest. I didn't deserve her. When we were in public, she was the most beautiful person you could ever look at. And look at me, I look like I woke up with a terrible hangover.
So you finally proposed?
Well, yes and no. She'd found the ring in my coat and asked me about it. What was I supposed to say for someone else? So I did it right then and there, and that summer we were married. We lived happily for 7 years. And this past year we made plans for New Year's to rent out the entire Tower House restaurant.
Sorry, what much better job did she fall into? He's a detective, you know. Do you know how expensive it would be to rent out an entire restaurant on New Year's Eve?
Wasn't that the time of the Lawrence case?
Yeah, that's pretty much when things started to go downhill. I spent long nights at the station, long nights out on the scene, and hell, long nights just drinking. I was the train heading for the end of the tracks. And came that one day that, sitting at home at the table, she comes up and slam. Right there, the papers. I had no choice. The sign for the divorce right there.
Remember, you made a promise. We're going to keep watching. Because believe me, it's going to get worse.
Well, when we went to appear in court, I had been drinking so heavily that night that I didn't care about anyone or anything. When it came down to see who got what out of the marriage, I just said, screw it, I don't care, take it all. I stomped out of the courthouse, never looked back.
I'm so sorry. Did Jack represent himself?
After that, I fell into a state of drinking that was so heavy, I would wake up the next morning in so much pain that the only way I could heal that was to drink even more. And it went on like that for I don't know how long. I've never gotten out of that.
Your current alcoholism started after the trial.
I go home every day and see her picture. I cry because of it. I can say that honestly because I know that my wedding vows are still true. When I said I'd love her till the end, that was true. When I said I would always be there for her, that was true. When I said I couldn't live without her, that was also true. Fortunately, she couldn't say the same thing about me.
Wow.
Just go ahead and go. It's okay. It's okay. No, I have jobs to do.
If you have any guesses yet on who the murderer might be, which I would have no way of knowing if I didn't write it, let me know down below. And make sure you come back for the exciting conclusion of Law by Fire. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed the film. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next installment of Colin Harris Presents. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night.